Hey, guess what? You wanna know what's in this box? Well, one of them's for me, and one of them is for you guys. So make sure you watch this entire video. We have something very cool in this box. Really excited to get one of these, be able to test it out, share it, and also excited to give one of these away to you guys for watching the video. Gotta watch the entire video. We're gonna spread the entrance requirements throughout the video. Let's open one of these things up. All right, so my friend Joe, who, if you guys are fans of the channel, Joe operates and owns RCCustom3DPrinting. Link to his website down below. And Joe does all of my 3D printing stuff that I list on the website for sale. Now, we have spoken with Joe, and we got one of his new fuel systems in this box, and that's what's in the other box, is one for you guys to win. All right, let's pop this thing out here. We'll take a quick look at it. Oh, there we go. So I know there's a few guys out there that have one of these units already and like them a lot. So I was excited to be able to do this review on the fueling station. Now, what comes in the package here? Obviously, the fueling station. We've got a nice decal or decal. We've got the instruction book, which is very detailed. Lots of different pages there. If you order one of these, make sure you read the instructions. Very important. And we have some straps to mount it to a fuel jug. So let's get into the nuts and bolts of this and take a look at our fueling station. So it is very nicely wrapped. Now, this is the first time I've ever actually really seen one up close. So Joe prints the case for these guys. They are a high temperature case. I'm not sure what material they're made of. If I had to guess, in my limited experience, maybe PETG, but I'm just guessing. So we've got a display screen, we've got a battery voltage screen, we've got an in and out switch, we've got, I'm assuming, a main power switch, 3-cell LiPo goes in there, we've got a fuel connection and a fuel connection with a filter. Battery holder on the bottom, and our mounting system right here, which again, very nicely made. And this incorporates 2 3M sticky tapes. And of course, the straps that are included in the kit, they go around or through the little mounting hole there. All right, so by nature, I like to take things apart. So that works perfect for reviews because that means I can take this apart and show you guys what the inside looks like. So one of the cool things about this pump system is Joe is using Graylor pumps, which is the very well-known, very commonly used pump by other fueling manufacturers. So the pump quality is outstanding and very impressive. Now, I have seen inside one of these things before, and the amount of work that's gone into this is amazing. So all these boards and stuff are all done by Joe. We've got all the bits and bytes inside here. So I think that's the flow meter. We've got the Graylor pump down there, and it looks awesome. So that's what the internals look like. Pretty slick system. Pop this guy back together. All right, and just reviewing a few of the features here, actually didn't even notice this until now. So each unit features a color touchscreen that controls the unit, genuine Graylor pump, 12-volt power input, so we'll be using a 3-cell LiPo on this, pump reversing switch, voltage indicator monitor to battery, able to store up to 4 model names and tank size in milliliters, able to display the amount of fuel in or out of the tank in milliliters. Comes with a fuel filter, screen protector, mounting system for different systems of tanks. All right, so you may think, what the heck do I need one of these pumps for? Well, for a few things. Number one, in the shop here, we use this style of pump so we can tell how many milliliters are going into an aircraft fueling system. So let's say we set up turbine telemetry, and that turbine telemetry has a tank setting on it for 5.5 liters. We need to know exactly how much fuel goes into the tank, and it needs to be accurate. So that's for us, number one. Number two is this is an automatic fueling system. So let's say we're gonna get this set up on the Kinetics aircraft. We are gonna set up a model, set up the fuel tank size on this unit, and we can hook it up to the Kinetics. We can push fuel, and it's gonna fill that up, bang on to full, and it's a super simple way to use this pump and use the benefits of this pump. Now it does have a manual setting as well too, so you can just go in there and you can fill up your tank by the manual setting and see exactly how much fuel is going into your fuel tank. For mounting, here is kind of the generic mounting that is kind of built into the system with the mounting bracket and the straps and everything that are included. So you can just strap it around any jerry can. We're gonna go a little bit above and beyond and figure out a different way to mount this. So let's get this mounted. All right, so we've got it mounted on our fuel jug. Now there's obviously many different ways to mount this unit. Probably the way it was easily intended for is 2 straps around a jug. There is some wicked clips that come with this. So here's the 3D printed clips. A bunch of those come with it, 2 straps. So awesome hardware in this package. Obviously we're not using the clips because we've got a support to bolt it to, and we're using one of the 2 straps. So we've mounted the unit. We're just charging up a battery here. Now I'm just gonna go over some of the instructional pieces. The input is the filter side. There's a flow meter in there, and you wanna keep any crud out of the flow meter, so that's why the filter is here. So the path goes in to the flow meter, I think to the pump, and then output here and to our output that plugs in to your aircraft fueler system. All right, so we've hooked up a battery here. We're going to turn the power on, and I'll show you guys what this looks like. Automatic fill station. We've got our voltage down here. We're at 12 volts. I'm not sure if that's going to show up on the camera very well. So fairly straightforward setup here. You basically have 4 different models. So that's the none, 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 because nothing's been programmed. We've got manual and back, and then edit, of course, brings us to our editing of each of our models. So basically the first time we fill up an aircraft, we want to use the manual mode. Now I've got this hooked up to my fuel jug, so what I'm going to do is we can turn the flow to in, and we'll hit start, and there we go. So basically what you want to do is you want to fill up your fuel tank the first time using the manual mode, and it's going to give you the readout of obviously how much fluid you're putting in there. And when you have that number, then you're going to go back, you're going to go edit, and we're going to program these guys here to be your fuel tank size. So we're going to leave all that for now. We're going to fill up the Kinetics fuel system, and that is going to give us obviously our first model to set up in here. Okay, so manual, fairly straightforward. We have got the start screen, setting up tank size, so this is very important. Each unit's calibrated and set at a fill rate of 2,000 milliliters, which is 2 liters per minute. So that is the flow rate that it's calibrated to. So it goes over all the different stuff that we just kind of took a look at here, the manual pump screen, and there we go. So fairly straightforward fueling system. The other thing that this does is it tells you how much you're taking out of the system. So that is also a very cool feature that I am looking forward to on this unit. All right, so now that we've got the basics out of the way with getting it mounted to the fuel jug and getting it essentially set up and ready to do the first program, let's talk about our giveaway. So first of all, thank you, Joe from RCCustom3DPrinting. I like to support local guys when I can, or anybody in the industry, and Joe is very close to me here, and he helps out the industry, helps out me, does all my 3D printing, and of course has supplied this unit, exactly what we just installed on my fuel jug, for you guys to win. Okay, so here's the steps to be entered. As I'm talking through this, just do the steps. So first step is you need to be a channel subscriber. So if you're not a channel subscriber, go to the little subscribe button right there, hit the subscribe button. That's step number one, thing number one. Number two, you need to give the video a like or a thumbs up. There's a little thumbs up button down there. You can give it a thumbs down, but that's not really helpful. Thumbs up. So you got to give it a thumbs up. The last thing is you need to make a comment in the video using the word fuel. F-U-E-L. Is that how you spell fuel? Make a comment using the word fuel. It can be anything. The important thing is you use the word fuel in your comment, because that is going to enter you to win a free fueling system from RC Custom 3D Printing. So, I really like to fuel my planes before each flight. Something like that. It's that simple. When we do the draw, it's going to be chosen from the comments in this video. Again, subscriber, like the video, make a comment with the word fuel. So about a week to a week and a half after this video airs, we will be doing the draw in another video for that. So you got to watch the videos in the future. Not necessarily sure which one it's going to pop up in. It might be one of the upcoming projects. It might be the Super Bandit project. Got to watch the channel. And if you win, you need to reach out to me. I'm not going to reach out to you. So again, thank you to Joe from RC Custom 3D Printing. Really appreciate supplying this. This is one of those big giveaways that is worth a ton of money, and it's pretty cool to be able to give one of these on the channel and to be able to do a review and be able to use the thing as well. So thank you for that. Next step we're going to do in the review of this fueling system is we are actually going to put some fuel into an aircraft. So what I'm going to do is my Kinetics is currently in my trailer, but I'm going to bring the fuel jug out to the Kinetics. We're going to drain the fuel out of the Kinetics, and then we're going to get it set up as model number 1 in the fuel system. So let's go out to the trailer and get that done. All right, guys, so we've pulled the Kinetics out of the trailer here. We've got the tank completely drained. Our UATs are still full, and we are ready to do our initial setup. So we're gonna go into the manual mode on the filler, and we are going to fill up the fuel system and see what it says as far as volume goes. I won't bore you guys with this, but I'll show you the final results here. So we're gonna go into there. We're all ready to fill, and we'll hit start. Okay, so a little view as we get close to the end here. We're on a very steep slope, so you can see the tanks filling up. Right now we're at 5 liters, and this tank should be roughly about 5.5 liters. Okay, so we'll go to the very end here. We're very, very close. Probably a 6-liter tank, actually. There we go. So we've stopped it right as we get to the vent line there, and we are at 59.57. So what we'll do now is we'll go in and we'll program this to be 5,900 milliliters. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to go in and we are going to program 5,900. Done. Turn the power off. Turn the power back on. And we'll see what it says. There we go. So now we've saved the Kinetics for 5,900 milliliters. So now we should be able to, we're going to pull this fuel out of here, and then we're going to put it back in using the automatic feature. So let's pull all the fuel out, and we'll do this all over again just to check. All right, guys, so what we're going to do now with our fuel system empty, we are going to do a full fill with the programmed settings. So we've gone to in, obviously our fuel system is hooked up. We are going to hit Kinetics, and we'll see what happens. We'll see where it fills it to. So there may be a little bit of variation based on how much we pulled out of the UATs, but should be really stinking close. All right, and there we go. It just turned itself off. So I was in a bit of a panic here because I forgot to hook up my overflow tank. So anyways, it just started filling up the vent line and has gone into the overflow tank. So it worked perfectly. Obviously you could reduce the tank volume a little bit if you don't want it to go into the overflow tank, but we're really close. And now we'll do the same thing. We'll do the exact opposite. So we will set this to drain and we will drain all the fuel out. Simple as that. All right, and it just turned off, and you can see there we just started to come into the first UAT. We've got 2 UATs in this aircraft. So main tank's empty, first UAT is half empty. Perfect. All right guys, so let's discuss what I liked and maybe didn't like about this unit. First of all, I like that it is made locally. I like that it uses a genuine Graylor pump. I like that it is accurate as well too. For the past few months here, I've been using a different electronic fill system made over in Europe, I believe, and it's been okay. I've heard some reports from people that have said it doesn't work, it's not as accurate. I'm not sure what pump is inside that unit, but I love to see that this has the Graylor pump. A lot of the Graylor pumps, I've got one that I used for about 10 years, and the friend that I gave it to is still using it, and it works amazing. So they are very, very good quality pumps. Overall, great quality unit. I love that you can fit it to any fuel jug as well too. So in my case, obviously I bolted it on as shown in the instructions. You could strap it to a fuel jug very easily as well with all the supplied hardware. As far as anything I don't like about it, not really. I mean, it does what it's supposed to do. I like the fact that you can program your models in there as well too. It's a bit of a step above and beyond what the previous unit I was using did. And of course, it's got the same features as the previous unit as far as just the manual control. But the big difference is this also tells you how much you're pulling out of the aircraft, which is something that the other unit I was using does not do. Joe at RCCustom3DPrinting, he also has spare fuel filters as well too, if you happen to need those. All the parts are, like, again, standard Graylor pump. Joe can be contacted. His information's down below. So all in all, very happy with this unit so far. I know it's going to work very well. I've got a few friends that have been also using these for quite a while, and they are very happy with them as well. We're going to get to test this thing out tomorrow when we go to the flying field, and if we have any updates on this thing as we go forward, we will talk about it on the Lighter Side of RC After Dark. And if you guys don't know what Lighter Side of RC After Dark is, it's my other channel where we do live streams, usually once a week, once every 2 weeks. And you guys can ask me questions. You get a bit of a behind the scenes look at the shop. So link to the Lighter Side of RC After Dark is also down below. So in final, let's talk about our giveaway one more time. Joe from RCCustom3DPrinting has supplied one of these units for you guys, and it's a giveaway. When a winner is picked, I will ship it to you free of charge, and you get to have one of these units. Great value. Thank you, Joe at RCCustom3DPrinting, for providing one of these. To enter to win this thing, you got to do a few things. Number one, you have to be a subscriber to my channel. So if you're not, hit that subscribe button down below. Next thing you need to do is you need to give the video a thumbs up or a like. There's a thumbs up button. There's also a thumbs down button. Hit the thumbs up. Third thing that you need to do is you need to make a comment down below in this video, has to be this video, using the word fuel. You got to include it somehow in your comment. The winner will be chosen from the comments in this video from the word fuel. So you got to use that properly. Encourage you guys also to check out Joe's website, RCCustom3DPrinting.com. There's a link in the first comment. There's a link in the video description down below. Check out one of these units if you're interested in these features. Thanks guys for watching, and we will see you in the next video.